I don't know, for me, I don't normally do topics like this, but this is something I am passionate about, and I wanted to talk about it, okay? I don't talk about my past life much. You know, I follow some content creators that talk about it, but mainly only if they want to talk about change and stuff. But listen to me. Here's something that really irked me when I was in recidivism and in that lifestyle. Here it is. I only had one time there was a chomo in my cell with me, and I did not know he was, obviously. You know, I was one who would run papers if I felt like I needed to. So we're sitting in there, and I'm like, what are you in for? And then he was getting weird. I said, let me see your papers, right? And he's like, what? No. And then I just grab his shit, and I'm going through it. And then as I'm doing that, he was sort of like inching towards the door because I think he knew what was up, but I hadn't read it yet. And then before I knew it, he went down to the CO and he's talking to them. I read it, and guess what it said? I'm going away at this point because I've done 26 months at one time. I've done 18 anyways. For like crimes that are like, you know, bad. I earned them, so I'm not saying that, but like not like what he did. It was like he was like with a 13-year-old, and then that it continued on for years. And at this point, he was I think 24 and she was 16. But it started 3 years prior to that. But this is why I wanted to talk about it, because our system is very flawed when it comes to this. Because you know, when it said that he was doing 90 days for a reoccurring issue of doing this activity, and he had already gotten to the CO and he was getting switched out and he was flicking me off from down there, like, and I'm like, what? Like, you're mad that I figured you out? Like, what? Get out of the cell. So anyways, why is he doing 90 days? I'd love if anyone has the insight. I feel like they do that. The reason that crime is not looked at as bad as like just a regular assault is because I did have a lot of them. But I'm just saying I had a lot of them in quick succession. That's why my charge was higher. And one of them was on an officer. But anyways, all I'm saying is, either way, why would that be a lesser charge? To me, that is just as bad as, yeah. So to me, it just blows my mind. Do they do it because a lot of higher up people do said activity, so they like try to like downplay it or something? I have more that I could rant on it, but that is like the biggest injustice I've ever heard in our system. And it does drive me nuts. And they get protected. They should have to be in the block like everybody else. That's just how I look at it. But I guess it's sort of like them protecting us too from not doing it to them. But tell me what you think. It's something that drives me absolutely nuts. And do you have any way that you can rationalize why our government does that?